Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Bushcraft Out Back. Today, if you notice over my shoulder, we're going to talk about a little truck camping. I'm sure a lot of you are going to ask why truck camping's got to do anything about bushcraft. I get that a lot. But I'm going to tell you why this came about and how it came about. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today and the necessities that we have to have in bushcraft camping. For me, bushcraft camping has always been about being comfortable and not just surviving the wilderness, but thriving in it. And I think there could be a mixture between the two, where you enjoy the experience of bushcrafting, but still enjoy camping as well. A short time ago, I made a short video, while my wife and I were out camping at Trap Pond, and got up in the morning. It was nice and quiet, and tree frog was in my canopy, and I shot a short video. And shortly after that, when the video was posted, I got a lot of flack from people saying, what does that have to do with bushcraft? I've mixed bushcraft and camping all the time, and I think there's a balance between the two. My truck camping experience came from my son and I going camping, and I took the little Lavu, that's a Lavu over my shoulder, out camping, and I enjoy camping in it, but as you can see, it doesn't have a floor in it. So we got into some red ants when we got there, and I only took a ground cloth and a sleeping bag, and it kind of posed a problem because that was my only shelter and my only means of sleeping that night. So in addition to that, it rained that night. So I had to abandon ship, and I slept in the back of my son's pickup truck. It was the best night's sleep that I had gotten in a long time. So most recently, I bought a brand new truck, and I was trying to find a way of repurposing my old truck, which you see behind me, and making it useful. So I thought, well, why not turn it into truck camping? And so I didn't spend a lot of money. I built a small bed, as you can see on one side, and it's about 9 inches off the ground. It just freestands in there. And you also can see that I use my rigid system that I've been using. This particular box happens to be my kitchen cookware. So I can pull it out here on the tailgate, and I can use it for, got my table, my cookware, my pots, my pans, my coffee pots, that kind of stuff in it. And so it's not really I guess a truck camping video as much as it is think outside the box. And this was kind of an emergency shelter type thing for me. So I thought I would just go ahead and trick it out a little bit. And of course it ended up evolving into something a little more than I had in mind. And this particular system here, I set up, it's got my clothes box in the back and another part of my system. And that clothes box is there in case I need my shamogs or my beanies or a pair of wool socks in the middle of the night. But when I build it thinking about the possibilities. So you're thinking, okay, how are you going to access that clothes box if you're outside the truck? That's why I built it with a floating floor that slides out so I can access the box and get to my clothes even if I'm outside my camper and I choose to sleep in the Lavu at night. So that was a pretty nice little addition that I added to it. And so also installed a 2,000 watt inverter in there. So when I do want to use just truck camping, I can stick my battery in the back and hook that up, and I can have a fan, I can have a little buddy heater. I enjoy bushcraft camping and do a lot of it, but I also mix the two together. So when I'm out there, I might be camping in something like this, or I might be camping with my wife, or I might just be out on an excursion, and which I thoroughly enjoy, going out on solo camps. But if you find yourself in a situation where you are like I did, where you're camping and the elements kind of run you out, think about an emergency shelter or a backup system so that you can make your camp as enjoyable as possible. So if you have an old truck like this one and you've got access to a cheap camper cap and you've got some few supplies, it's not really about how you set this up. I've seen lots of extensive videos on setting truck camping up, and some of them are pretty elaborate and pretty comfortable. Mine was just an emergency shelter for if I get into one of those situations. I will probably tarp this thing up with a tarp over top of it as well and have an awning out the back. So even if I'm camping in something like my Lavoo or my hot tent shelter or something of that nature, I still can enjoy the night and still be able to enjoy the elements around me. I mean, it's not about going out there and just surviving the night. It's about enjoying the experience. So don't be afraid to mix bushcraft up. I think there's a combination between the two that fits pretty nice. So yeah, get yourself a pickup truck, and if you have one, this was just a way for me to repurpose the old girl. I couldn't get rid of my old truck. Had this originally since it was new, and still enjoy my new truck, but now this girl's got new life and a new purpose, and we'll get to enjoy some camps together. So until the next video, make sure you keep God first.